Hello and welcome back to Raising the Robins with Carshalton Athletic. It's season 3, episode 2, and we're now at the end of October, so we've gone probably a little bit further maybe than we expected, or did I say I was going to go to November, so maybe a bit shorter, I'm not too sure, and I think we've gone quite far. I was actually trying to get to November, but I just ran out of time in getting through the games. They've been quite thick and fast. We'll get through them in a minute. I'm going to whiz through them today because there is a lot of games. So the last episode was the first game of the season, which was a great 2-1 win against Chelmsford. Today we have got Maidenhead, who are second in the division. We'll see how we're doing and what we're up to at the end, but you'll kind of get a gist from a lot of the scores. We've been on quite a good bit of form. We picked up some good form. Been a little bit patchy recently. Not so much form, but performance. But we were playing some really good, nice football at times, and getting some good results and getting some nice play with it. I think it's just a combination of the tactic really bedding in as the season's worn on. Also, just the higher quality of players. It's making the tactic play a little bit better than it did last season. And it's really showing a bit of an improvement. But I mean, we were good last year, but this is just like at times we've just looked fantastic. A few times we've had a lot of goals we conceded, the same sort of goals we're conceding last season. So over the top balls, set pieces, those sort of things. But yeah, we're coming along quite nicely. In terms of finances as well, I was expecting us to be in the red quite more than we were last season, but we've had I think a bit of an upturn. We doubled our season ticket sales pretty much this season, so that's a part of it. We're probably playing teams with a lot bigger capacities, and we're probably getting more capacity players in our stadium as well in general because of the higher quality of teams we're playing. And there's been a few sort of bits of prize money with cup games and stuff as well. We've done a bit better than last year, which we couldn't do much worse. I think we went out both cups at the first hurdle. So yeah, so that's kind of looking quite good. It probably will start dropping as we start going out the cups, unless the league games are a factor, and the opposition's grounds having a lot more fans coming in, and us maybe grabbing a few more as well. But we'll see. But we'll jump into the schedule now, and yeah, like I said, I'm going to just fly through these as quick as possible. First up, Hampton and Richmond. This was the first game straight after the opening game of the season, and it was just a 1-1 draw here. We took the lead quite late on, 70 minutes through Dan Adams, as I am going to whack the match stats on. We were pretty good value for that lead, but they did grab one right at the death. It was a free kick as well, which just made it even more annoying. But we got a 1-1 draw away from home, and 4 points from 6 at that stage. I was quite happy. We then went back to the War Memorial Stadium. We took on Eastbourne Borough, and a great 3-1 win in this game. Cashin getting the goal early on, well, half an hour in. It was a Popo assist. He got a header down from a free kick, and in it went. Cromer made it 2-0 and 3-0 before they pulled one back. Again, right at the death. We're conceding at this stage a lot of goals late at the death. But again, very good value for the win, and I think their goal was actually a weak outside the box effort, and yeah, we just couldn't get a clean sheet. We couldn't buy a clean sheet still at this stage. We then played Concord, who at the time were bottom of the table with no points after 3 games. We rotated in this game as we had a game just a few days later, I think 2 days later, so we had to really sort of look after the squad. Bowler scored a penalty after 3 minutes. No, sorry, they scored an own goal after 3 minutes. It was a Bowler penalty. It hit the post, come out, hit the goalkeeper on the back of the head and went in, so therefore was classed as the goalkeeper's own goal. Bowler then made it 2-0 and 2-1 instantly. For them, it was Lee Minshall. Before Bowler pretty much immediately went back up the other end and made it 3-1. Then they made it 3-2 with 10 minutes to go, but then right at the death, we made it 4-2. It says their Bowler missed the penalty, because he technically did. It was given as the own goal. But they gave us quite a tough game. We had the possession, but they matched us fairly well in the shots. But again, 3 points against the bottom team. It edged us further away from those bottom places, which ultimately is our goal. An unfortunate loss against Boreham Wood, who I think at the time were top, or certainly hovering around the upper echelons of the league. We went 1-0 down. We were actually battering them at this point. We had the better team, but we went 1-0 down. It's a free kick. Very disappointing. 2-0 down instantly. Well, it felt like instantly. It was 6 minutes later, but it was like an instant highlight. From a corner, so another set piece. Just before half time, Kelman made it 2-1, but then it was 3-1. They scored on 70 minutes from a free kick again, so 3 set pieces are undoing in this game. Before Kelman made it 3-2, but we were very unlucky to lose this game. We were the better team, more highlights went our way, etc. But we just couldn't get the breakthrough at home, and we get our first loss of the season after 5 games. Isn't too bad. We did bounce back though, away to Braintree. We went away to Essex. They've actually got Jamie O'Hara in their team. He's an old boy now. He's 34. He's not that old, but his decline is quite dramatic. We took the lead through Caroma before Poe made it 2-0. I think it was a corner or a free kick, but we should have punished them a lot more. We were again a much better team, playing quite well, but not maybe getting the goals we deserve at this stage, and that's possibly seen us draw one of the games and lose one of the games. It's just our conversion chances, but we're doing well at the moment. At this stage we're ticking over quite nicely and putting ourselves in a good position for survival very early on. In September, which we are cutting out the whole month of September because we are trying to get those 9 episodes in for this season. If I can go a little bit further and shorten it down from 9 episodes to less, I will do so. But there is a lot of games in a very thick and fast sort of schedule in this division, so it's proving a little bit tricky to get as far ahead as I'd like. But Haringey, this was a 0-0 draw. Again, we absolutely thumped them, but it's a case of not converting our chances, not doing what we needed to do. We dominated them, we just couldn't score. 0-0. We then went away to Weymouth and we got a very good 2-1 win. Caroma with 2 here. We went 1-0 down, but he got an immediate, it wasn't immediate actually, it felt immediate, it was immediate response to go 1-0 before he got a late penalty to make it 2-1, and it was a great result, who against a team at that stage were sort of based on our league position at the time, which we were around the playoffs. They were as well, so that was a great result and showing that we really can compete in this division, even against the teams that are doing a bit better. Fantastic win here against Paul Town. They are the ones that were mooted to be finishing bottom below even us. They weren't doing that badly at this stage when Concord were bottom, but we rotated again in this game because there was a game like 2 days later. Bowler made it 1-0, Bowler made it 2-0 before a direct free kick from Osu made it 3-0. They pulled one back with their token outside the box shot that went in. Kerry came off the bench after his injury to make it 4-1. Before they got a very late last death goal again to make it 4-2, which actually flattered them. We battered them in this game, and for them to come out with 2 goals kind of doesn't reflect the dominance we had in this game. We then hosted Peacehaven and Telscombe in the FA Cup second qualifying round. They were, I don't know, a couple of divisions below us. It's not a league that's even active. I've got active on this game, so I'm not sure how we didn't do more than 4-1 really, but 4-1. We rotated, and it was also after a big game and then another game shortly after. So I think it was 2 days later. Bowler made it 1-0, so he's really starting to pop up with the goals even off the bench. He actually grabbed a hat-trick in this game. Assume made it 2-0 before Bowler 3-0. They went 3-1 as we, again it was outside the box, after we pushed forward for more goals. I was trying to actually punish this game. I could have just saw it out, maybe got the clean sheet, got a bit of confidence, but we just tried to punish. But then Bowler secured his hat-trick, 93rd minute, 4-1. And again, more than deserved. 28 fouls to 10 for them. It's absolutely ridiculous. Performance of the season, possibly performance of the save. Again, a Woking team right behind us in the league at this stage, which was again probably around the playoffs somewhere, top 3, somewhere like that. Kelman made it 1-0. Corona made it 2-0. Poe made it 3-0 before they then pulled one back for 3-1, which was their only shot of the game. I think that was on just before the hour, so a lot of the goals come in the second half. Corboa made it most of the goals were in the second half actually. Corboa made it 4-1 before Coroma made it 5-1, and then Bowler made it 6-1 off the bench, I think he did, yes. Poe made it 7-1, he got 2 in this game I think, yeah. And then Coroma got his hat-trick on right at the death to make it 8-1, 91st minute. The only blip in this game was Kelman picked up an injury. Kerry was actually looking like, in my thoughts, was going to be struggling to get back in this team because Kelman was doing so well and Bowler was doing bits off the bench basically. But this injury to Kelman sort of gives a route for Kerry back into the team. It's 6 to 7 weeks at this stage, so he's going to miss a good chunk of the season. I think he is actually only just sort of coming back now as we get into today's episode. So yeah, really gutting for him because Kelman has been playing really, really well. If we have a quick look at him actually before we move on, 4 goals in 8 games. He was doing very well. Bowler was doing probably just as well off the bench as well. Just before this game against Eastleigh, we did sign a new contract. Again, they would only give me 1 year and they wouldn't give me the option of a parent club. I've been trying every opportunity to get that parent club going. They're just not into it. They're not buying it. they're saying it's not worth the effort. The money coming in from it isn't worth the effort. Surely any money at this stage is worth it, and there's no effort. It's just having an agreement with the club. They pay you money and you can loan their players. It's really not that big a deal, but okay, whatever. Again, Eastleigh, a team again right behind us in the league, so another big rival in the division, and we beat them again 3-2. We're doing absolutely crazy stuff here. Their first goal was actually an error from our goalkeeper after 4 minutes, and 1-0 down. His touch was just woeful. They passed it back to him. It went about 20 foot from him, and they just come in and tapped it in. We did get a good equaliser though through Dan Adams before he then made it 2-1 as well from a great shot from outside the box. Us finally getting a shot from outside the box. Cromer made it 3-1 before they grabbed one at the death to make it 3-2, and this was just a great win. Again, we were very good value for it, but it was a bit more closer. We didn't have quite the share of the possession that we have been used to having this season. To the third qualifying round for the FA Cup, and we got Dorking Wanderers at home, and they're now 2 divisions below us. I think they were with us in division in the Bostik Premier League last season, maybe the year before, and they're hovering just outside the playoffs, the division below, which I think is the Evo 6 South. So they weren't in great form. They weren't doing amazing for a team that had just gone down, and obviously a team that used to be in our division. But we just struggled in this game. We didn't really turn up. We went 1-0 down. We did get quite a good quick recovery goal from Tyrese Simpson, but I'll be honest, I didn't think we were going to get it. I really didn't think we were going to get it. And it also, as much as anything, it means we've got another game, a replay in there, which we just don't need with our schedule. Our reserves are back up, but when they've come in, they've actually done what they need to do and done quite well. And we do have quite good squad depth now compared to what we did have last season. We've got players that can step in and do a job. Bowler, for example, has just been amazing since Kelman's injury. It was actually him who took most of the time on, because I think Kerry picked up another injury, which we'll see in a minute. I think he did, and he was just on form. He was playing well, so I didn't have any need to play Kerry. Plus, I was trying to ease him in gently. But yeah, players that can just step in and do the job when they need to is absolutely amazing. 4 days later, we actually had the replay. It cancelled a game against Chippenham, I think it was, in the league. I think we have played them since. No, we haven't actually. We've got them coming up. But the replay was, a couple of days later. Bolton made it 1-0. Jordan Brown made it 2-0. And Tyrese Simpson rounded it off 3-0 in 85 minutes. Much more even game in terms of stats in this one. But we did what we had to do. We got the 3-0 win. And we're through to I think it's the 4th qualifying round next. Back to the first squad, the first 11, and we got Hemel Hempstead. Cromer gave us the lead in this game very early on, 2 minutes before Popo made it 2-0, Cromer made it 3-0, and O'Connor made it 4-0. Again, they only had one shot on target out of 7 in the full 90 minutes, so we just, they were, I think they're sort of mid to low table team. I don't think they're at the moment not in trouble, or as we played them they weren't in trouble, but they could get sucked in, but then they're not threatening the top part either, or they weren't anyway, I'm pretty sure. Then we were away to Oxford City. This was a very disappointing one. Similar position to Hemel Hempstead, probably a bit lower even. Cromer gave us a lead on 11 minutes, which looked like things were going to plan. Bowler doubled it just before half time, 2-0 up, but they did get a quick reply just before half time to make it 2-1. I was like, okay, but nothing happened really second half until the 87th minute when they popped up with an outside the box shot that flew in the top corner. 2-2, and we just couldn't have enough time to get the third, and we had a couple of chances actually, but we just couldn't take any of them, and a very disappointing draw against a struggling team really. We should have won this game. The 4th qualifying round, and this was just a crazy game. So we got Dulwich Hamlet, who are actually division above. They're in the Vanarama National. We've actually rotated in this game as well, so if you look on the left hand side, it's our rotated team. It's due to league commitments. League is my bread and butter this season. I want to get through. Okay, yes, the cup run is good, the money is good, but the league, survival would, if I was struggling to survive, it would have been the main thing, just trying to put it out. But now we're up, doing as well we are. As you can see, we've won a lot of games, we've drawn a lot of games. We have a good chance of a good season here, so I need to keep that momentum going as much as possible and try and not delay it with a cup run. This actually puts us through into the first round of the FA Cup for real, and I was planning to bring that to you today, which we'll look at the end who we've got, and I'll explain my reasons why we haven't. But we went 1-0 down in this game after a minute, 20 seconds in fact it was, outside the box again, as per usual. We equalised on 23 minutes through an own goal, before then Carey made it 2-1. It was from a long throw in that he just sort of ghosted in and slotted it away, before they then got a red card on 39 minutes, just not long after the goal actually. before then Kerry made it 3-1. And then we got a free kick. Ossiu made it 4-1. Kerry missed a penalty at the same time they got their second red card, I think it was. So yeah, 60 and I think that's 59. So yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it definitely was, but it looked like that's a 53. I'm pretty sure it says 59 and 60. But he missed the penalty. They pulled one back to 4-2 and then 4-3. I was like, oh, here we go. But even with 9 men, they're looking like the division above is a bit of a cut above. But Armston made it 5-3. Kerry made it 6-3. I think they got his hat trick, yes it did. And Ossiu made it 7-3, which got him his double, his brace. So yeah, great 7-3 win. Okay, yes, helped by the 2 red cards in defence, but you know, that was their choice to go that physical. I mean, they weren't that overly in top of the fouls, but I think it was 2 penalties. One was certainly a penalty, the other one, the red card was still a penalty challenge. The other one, I don't think it was, but it was just a tackle in the middle of the park. But it was 2 yellows, I think. Yes, it was 2 yellows. Or I don't think it tells you it's 2 yellows. I mean, he got a yellow and a red, but you might have got a yellow and a red rather than 2 yellows and a red. I'm not too sure, but it doesn't really matter. 7-3, fantastic result. And then the final game before today was a 1-1 draw away to Welling. This was a very disappointing game, to be honest. We missed a penalty on 22 minutes before Karoma did then make it 1-0 from another penalty. But not long after, about 10 minutes later, they equalised and we just weren't able to get the breakthrough. We dominated them. They had 3 shots on target the whole game. We had 14. I mean, we had more shots on target than they had if you combine their shots and on target together, and probably their fouls as well. But dominated this game, just couldn't get the breakthrough. It was very disappointing. Again, they were a struggling team, so we've seen that again a little bit this season. Some of the teams at the bottom causing us a little bit of grief, and possibly just the defensive setup they have, making it hard for us to break them down. I'm not too sure. It's something we might have to look into and look at maybe going a bit more offensively minded. But when we do, we seem to let goals in. So yeah, a bit of a tricky one. So if we go back to the schedule, so you can see, I mean, it's dark, it should be greens, but just a couple of blips with a few draws, but we haven't lost since that Bournemouth game back in August. So we've had a good unbeaten run. Yeah, a couple of draws against teams we should have been beating, but we've beaten some big boys in there as well. And the cup run is just phenomenal. The 7-3 against Dulwich Hamlet is unbelievable. So yeah, we've got Maidenhead today. So in terms of the FA Cup, we're in the first round. I was thinking if we get a nice big tie, I'll try and play through as much as I can, get to there and bring that in there, maybe with a league game double. But we got Gateshead. They're basically the equivalent of us. They're first or second. They're the third in the northern version of the Vanarama National. So they're pretty much on par with us. So it's just like a league game, but in a different, the northern version, I guess. What we'll do, we'll look at the league table quickly as well. And the Eagle Eye Motors, you will have seen it already. We are top, and we do have a game in hand. We are level on points. There's a lot of teams on 31 points. I mean, the top 7 are pretty much. I mean, we can be caught, but there's a good gap there in the top 7 from the rest of the pack. But the top 7 are very, very close. Any kind of loss or drop points can, drop you down as far as 7th. It's absolutely ridiculous. Braintree, Pooltown, and Hemel Hempstead are currently occupying the bottom spots. Karoma has the top goal scorer with 14, and we've got the average ratings on lock. The assist is Dan Adams as well, player of the match Dan Adams and Karoma. We're not near the clean sheets. We have got the, where did I see it? I saw a stat somewhere said we've got I think we're the second top goal scorers in the league and the 3rd best defence in the league, which doesn't feel like we are, because we're not keeping many clean sheets. But I suppose if we do concede, we're letting ones for the most part. Yellow cards, we're not up there either. We're doing quite well in that regard. So again, we are going to bring just the one episode today, because with the amount of games we've had to catch up on, it's just going to be too long an episode if I do 2, and I don't really want a 40-minute episode if I can help it. If that is something you do want to see, something you'd be interested in watching, let me know. I mean, I can always chop up the games a little bit more and make them a bit shorter. But I mean, I feel that's the main thing, you sort of come here for. To catch up in that is great, but the matches, the actual event itself is what you're primarily here for. But if that's not the case, let me know in the comments, because I can always tailor it to what the majority wants. Obviously can't please everyone, but try my best. But yeah, we're going to jump into the Maidenhead game, and you'll cut to the squad lineups right now. So here are the lineups. They're going 4-4-2. We're not going to look at that too much, I don't think. There's anyone there I recognise. Nope. In terms of what we're doing, so Kelman's obviously injured, and Kerry's he's there, but I'm not got complete. Bowler's done a good job. When he's come in, he's been scoring goals for me. He's just made himself undroppable. So Kerry's the impact sub at the moment. Corboa, Adams, O'Connor and Assel Asal still in the midfield. Brown, Cashin, Papo and AO Technology are still holding down the defensive positions. And AO Technology has been absolutely amazing for me at right back. He makes so many blocks and interceptions and whatnot. And we've got Magohi in goal. We've got Bolton, Armston, Osiu, Kerry and McDonald on the bench. And hopefully we can give you a bit of a performance today like we've been playing for the last 2 months, and not an absolute disgraceful one. Because like I say, when some of the football, when it's on point, it is on point. Some of the stuff we've been playing, some of the goals we created, some of the goals we've scored, and having the extra pace on the wings, especially with Osiu if he comes off the bench. Bowler's quick, Asal on the right is quick. When that is in play, we look good. Hopefully we can do that justice against second placed Maidenhead today. And it goes through, but we get the block off, and Corboa's coming forward. Can he do anything here? I mean, he's just charging forward. We do see this a bit as well sometimes. He has a shot, but it goes just over. We are dropped down to second from doing nothing in this game so far. But we have a corner. Adams. Papo gets his shot off. He's got a few goals as well this season, Papo. He's done really well. And Papo starts a free kick just inside our own half. Finds Asal. Back to Papo. Into Cashin. Papo. I mean, even our centre-backs, they're very comfortable passing the ball around, knocking it about. As I say, as we're probably going to give it away with a sloppy pass and do something. We have the odd mistake, which you expect playing this way. Bowler's through and he shoots just wide. But yeah, that's where you see the extra pace that we maybe didn't have at all times last season coming into play. And it's a highlight for them. They come forward, they get the cross in. Oh, it's gone on there. It's an OG, it's an own goal. Archie Brown, unlucky. Not much you can do about that, really. We should have 2 out there for the throw-in, really, stopping the cross. But yeah, that's very unfortunate. It just trickles in. 1-0 to Maidenhead without having a shot on target. And their goalkeeper has a free kick. It's gone over. The defender's just stepped back, and it's 2-0. So it looks like we're not going to be maybe seeing quite the sort of game we expected to see this season. We are down in 5th now, but it's the second place team. They've been with us the whole way. They've been keeping up. We've still got a game in hand, so we've still got that to think about. It's just the defending there, absolutely woeful. Hopefully it doesn't turn into one of these games. It's 3-0. They're just scoring every chance they get. They've had 2 shots on target and they've scored 3 goals. I mean, what can you do on one of these days? We're away against a very good team. Probably the favourites for the division, in fact. And we get to half-time 3-0 down. Not the sort of game I was hoping to be bringing you. Maybe I should have picked one that was a team a bit lower down the table in the division, because you'd have seen what we actually have been doing. This is not a reflection of how we've been playing the last couple of months. I mean, even when we played badly, we've not been letting goals in, we've been scoring goals. Hopefully we can grab a couple in the second half. It makes it look a bit more respectable. Even try and break a 3-0 lead down, because we've had that back at us a few times, and it's them coming forward again. We just don't seem to have any sort of answer to what they're doing, unfortunately. And they're in again. We get it away. Keeper makes the save second time. It goes in off the post. 4-0. This is a bit harsh, because we had some chances early on that we could and should have scored. We probably should have been taking the lead in this game. We're up to 4th somehow by conceding a goal, but nothing I seem to do really seems to be working right now. We're going to make some subs. We're going to do a spin of the dice. I mean, both strikers have been absolutely woeful. Corboa, I don't think, has been much better, and we're just going to change all 3, really. They're kind of 3 subs we make fairly regularly. We have a corner right at the death here. Can we do something? No, it's over the bar again. And the fact we've not even registered... we've got a shot on target now. 1 shot on target now. But that's not us even. We're better than that. We normally have double-figure shots. I mean, double-figure shots on target even. I mean, we're only getting 1 shot on target. We're not going to be doing much, are we? Let's be honest. We're going to show some passion. Ask them to show some passion. It's another header over the bar. That's been the downfall today. The shots on target and the conversion rate. And the mistakes at the back, of course. I mean, Karoma's played terribly. Bowler played terribly. I bigged him all up. Another corner. They're coming thick and fast at the end, but they're not really resulting in anything, and it's just straight through. I really don't understand this performance. We've not played like this all season. It's a bit woeful, to be honest. We've dropped down to 4th, 5th, I think. But yeah, it's not a reflection of our season at all. If we can bounce back from this against Torquay at home, we're 11th. Chippenham at home we're in 19th, 15th, whatever that said, 15th. Then we're back on track, win the game in hand, that puts us on 33. We'll be back around the top 3 again. Again this season, only one team goes up, and it's a big playoff situation with the north side, I think, as well. So yeah, there's still a lot of football to go. We've played 15 games. We play 42, I think, this season. So let's see where we're going to come back next time. Yeah, lose top spot. We've had it for quite a while, I think, so that's very disappointing. I think we've been dipped in and out a little bit where there's been games in hand and us playing one day and other teams playing another day. I think that sort of stuff has happened. So we're going to come back in, I think, November, possibly December. We'll see how we get on. I'm going to obviously try and play through again at work tomorrow. We've got 3 home games on the go, which is good. One of them is an FA Cup game, so it's maybe a little bit irrelevant. How are Bath doing? 12th. Still 3 fairly winnable games in November, as well as the 2 cup games. So yeah, we might come back in December. We'll see how it goes. We've got a few more breaks until we get to the Christmas period, hopefully. So unless there's a cup games in here, obviously if we get through again. So we'll come back at some point, very much keeping it open, seeing how far I can get forward. If you enjoyed today's episode, well, not much to like really, but if you want to come back next time, hopefully see a better performance when we play next time, drop a like down below, drop a comment as well. If you're new here, drop a sub, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Still sitting on 84 at time of recording, hopefully trying to push through to the 100 quite quickly, just so I can get that custom URL would be nice, as much as anything. But yeah, until next time, for whenever we come back, I will see you later. Take care.